Hi everyone. Again, I am here with our topic integration there. Till now we have discussed about our techniques of integration, in which we have discussed yesterday our integration by parts method. Yesterday I am explaining you about how can we apply our integration by parts. Actually, we apply our integration by parts when we have a product of two function there, and our integration by parts is the inverse process of derivative of product of two functions, two of a given function there. Now in our when we are going to apply our integration of parts, then we have a need a product of two function there, and to apply our integration by parts we have to be select one of them as a first function and second one of them as a our second of them we have take our as a second function there. Now we have to be we have to be first of all choose which our your first function, which one is our second function there, because generally there is not any fixed method to select our second function there. Just we have to our sake of convenience, we just use our word iLate, I-L-A-T-E, I for inverse, L for logarithmic, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, and sorry, last for E for exponential function there. Then we have to be which since in ILAT, IL, we suppose we have any integration in the form of we have to find the integral of inverse and logarithmic function there. Then I come first, then we have to take a inverse function as a first function and logarithmic as a second function. If we have any functions like this, we have to find out the integral value of integration of x sine inverse x. Then inverse comes first, then we have to take inverse function first function, algebraic comes after I, then we have take algebraic function as our second function there. Today again I am there with some problems which are based on our integration by parts. I hope so after this video all of you are able to apply integration by parts. Then let's start our problems. We are with one of the example there. Just suppose we have to evaluate log x. Now there is only one function. I am already explaining in our last classes that when we have one function there, then we take one of the function, our unity there. Then start with our I is what? Integration of log x dx. There is only one function. Then we take integration of it's a log x into 1 dx. Now we have two functions there. It's our what is meaning of 1 there? It's a meaning of 1 there. That's mean it's x to power 0. And now it's like a type of what? It's a logarithmic and algebraic, and we are going to use our iLate terms there. Logarithmic first, then algebraic second. Then this one is our it's maybe it's constant there, but we take this one as our algebraic function. Then we are going to take it's our second function there. Log x is our first function and 1 is our second function. Then we are going to be now using our integrating by parts. Now what do I log x first function integration of second function 1 to dx minus integration of derivative of first function into integration of second function and then dx. Now what we have? Integration 1 is it's x there. Now what we have? We have log of, this is our x, it's a log x, and this is our x. Now radius of log is what? It's our 1 by x, and integration of 1 by dx is x. Then we have this dx. Now what we have? It's a x log x, and minus we get integration of again 1 dx. Now what we have? X log x, and we get x and plus c. Now what we have? Our integration is given by integration of log x dx is given by x log x minus x plus c. Other further simplification we can take common x log x minus 1 plus c. This is our evolutions of log x by using integration by parts. What we do, we take just only one as our second function there. Now we are going to move with our next problem. Look what we have now evaluate our x sine inverse x dx. We have to find the value of integration of x sine inverse x. One of the function is algebraic and second one is a trigonometric function there. Then now we have to find the value of x sine inverse x. Look here, it's a algebraic and then it's a inverse function. Again we can use our eyelet terms there. Inverse first, then it's a inverse circular function, then we take it's our first function there because I comes first in the word eyelet, and then x is our algebraic, then we have take this x as our second function. Now we have find our first function and second function, then we are going to using our integration by parts. Now look up, first of all take I is equal to x sine inverse x dx. Now by integration, what we do, we are going to using by integration of parts rather than using integration by parts. Now what do we have? We have take this is our first function sine inverse x, then sine inverse x integration of x dx. Now look, yesterday I am talking that we are not choosing a terms like a second terms when our power is increasing there, but unfortunately we have to take up x there. Its power are going to be raised there, x square by 2, but we have to follow this word eyelet form there. Then we have to be take, because it's difficult to take the integration of sine inverse x there. That's why it's we are going to take our it's a first function, then minus sine integration of then ddx of first function into integration of second function and dx. Now integration of x is what? X square by 2, then sine inverse x, and here we get x square by 2 minus differentiation of sine inverse x is what? It's a 1 upon under root 1 minus x square into integration is what? X square by 2 dx. Now look, we have find the solution of this first part. It's our x square by 2 sine inverse x. We are not going to change any change in there. Now we have to solve this our second part, minus integration of x square. We take 1 by 2 our common there. Now what do we have? It's minus 1 by 2 x square upon under root 1 minus x square dx. Look, now we have to find out the integral value of this integration of x square by under root 1 minus x square. It's till now it's not any standard form there. Then first of all we have to be convert. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do that. We are going to add here adding 1 and then subtracting 1 there, then to not change in any problem there. How can we do? Look, just x square by 2 sine inverse x. First of all making positive there, we take plus there, plus 1 by 2, then this is our minus x square is negative because of making this is our negative. Now we add plus 1 and subtract 1, then there is no change in problem. Now look what we do, after that we are going to take a pair. So we take this as a one pair and take this one rest there. Now what we do, I am just we are just going to do it. Now we have x square by 2 sine inverse x plus 1 by 2. We take this 1 minus x square by this 1 minus x square upon under root 1 minus x square dx, and then this plus minus minus 1 by 2 dx upon under root 1 minus x square. Now what we have? X square by 2 sine inverse x. Now here what we have, we are going to cancel out each other. Then we have 1 by 2 integration of under root 1 minus x square dx. Then it's our formula of what, dx upon under root 1 minus x square. It's our sine inverse x there. Then we are going to put here sine inverse x. Then it's a minus 1 by 2 sine inverse x plus c. Now look, here we have to solve its integration of 1 minus x square dx there. Also I'm just telling you the formula of their integration of a square minus s square there. You can find putting the values of using the formula there. But look how we are going to just find the value of this. Just suppose we get there. Just suppose we are going to find the value of this. Just we are going to take this is our integral to I2 there. Now we are going to find out the value of I2 now. Our I2 is what? It's a 1 by 2 integration of under root 1 minus x square dx. We are just using our integration by substitution. Let take x equal to some sine theta. Then our dx is converted by cos theta d theta. Then it's a 1 by 2. We take we take x equal to sine theta here. Then 1 minus sine square theta. It's a cos square theta in root. Then we have we have cos theta. From here again dx is changed by cos theta. Then we have cos theta d theta. Then what we have, 1 by 2 integration of cos square theta d theta. Now again we have to use our trigonometric identity. Our cos theta is changed by 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Then we are going to take 1 by 1. Now what we do, we are just 1 by 2 here. Then it's a 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 4 integration of d theta, and then 1 by 4 integration of cos 2 theta d theta. Then from here what we get, 1 by 4 theta here, and ddx of cos integration sine, ddx of sine is cos. Then cos is what, it's a sine. Then what we get, it's a 1 by 4, and this is with 2. Then 1 by 2 sine 2 theta. We get here 1 by 2 sine 2 theta. And I'm just not going to use plus c there because we have already plus c here. We are just going to solve this integral value. Now what we have, 1 by 4 theta plus 1 by 8 sine 2 theta. Now look, we have to be converse because the original problems is in the terms of x. Then after getting these values, we have to be convert in the terms of x there. Now look, x equal to sine theta. Then theta is what, sine inverse x. Then it's our sine inverse x by 4, and here it's a 1 by 8 of, now we have to find the value of sine 2 theta. Look, we have to find the value of sine 2 theta, and look, sine 2 theta, what is it? It's our 2 sine theta into cos theta, and we get sine theta is what, x. Then this is our 2x, and from here when we are taking the square there, then from here we get x square equal to sine square theta, and it's a 1 minus cos square theta. Then the value of cos theta from here is what, it's a cos square is 1 minus x square. Then cos theta is what, it's a under root 1 minus x square. Then at the place of sine theta we are going to put 2x under root 1 minus x square. This is our complete solution. Now we have to put these values here. Then our complete answer is what, the integration of x sine inverse x is what, it's a x square by 2 sine inverse x plus sine inverse x by 4, and plus 1 by 8 2x under root 1 minus x square, and then minus 1 by 2 sine inverse x plus c. This is our complete answer of x sine inverse x. Look, it's a little bit lengthy there, but all of you don't have bother about that. Just after getting a practice and more practice there, you have a command on this types of any problems. Then you don't have a bother about that. It's a little bit. Just look, I'm just going to revise you what we have taken there. X sine inverse x, we have taken x is our second function, sine inverse is first function. Then what we do? We are going to using our integration by parts. Applying, we get sine inverse x square by 2 minus the dx of sine inverse 1 upon under 1 x square plus into x square by 2. Then after that, here we have taken using algebraic identity there, adding 1 and subtracting 1 there. Then after that, we get easily the value of one integral, and one of them is we have to be solved by using substitution method there. Then now we are moved to with our another problem. Look, we have to find the evaluate e to power 2x sin x into cos x. Again, it's our important problem, because in such types of problem we have to be use our integration by parts method mostly 2 times there. And what is the basic reason? That's why we are going to we have to be took up in such types of problems. We have to be take up about problems like e to power ax sin x dx or e to power ax cos x dx or e to power x any in the trigonometric form there. You have to be use this concept. Just we have to use our integration by parts method there. Then how can we apply? Look, first of all we take I there. Let's suppose the integral value is I, e to power 2x sin x into cos x dx. Now look, it's a sin x into cos x. We can change it by sin 2x by multiplying and dividing by 2. Then let's do, it's a 1 by 2 e to power 2x, then 2 sin x into cos x, it's our sin 2x dx. Now our problem convert to 1 by 2 e to power 2 x into sin 2x. Now we have to be solve this. Look, first of all we using isolate inverse logarithmic algebraic trigonometric exponent. Look, exponent comes last. Then look here, this isolate forms, when we are going to be using this isolate form here, then we have to be take this exponent as a second function and trigonometric as a first function, but we are not going to using our isolate function there. In such types of problem we are not using our isolate there. Since trigonometric functions we have to take trigonometric first and e to power 2x second, then we are not able to solve this type. Here what we have not using in such types of problem, we are not using our isolate there. What we have to be take sin 2x as a second function and e to power 2x first function. Why we are not going to use our isolate form? I'm just going to be all of you are going to be get your answer when after using our integration by parts method there. Thus now we are going to using using now integration by parts. Now look what we have. We break the rules here. Now what we have is equal to 1 by 2. Take 1 by 2 common there. Now look, we have first function and second function e to power 2x into integration of sin 2x dx, then minus ddx of e to power 2x into integration of sin 2x dx and whole dx. Now what we have, what is the value of our sin 2x? Now our integration of, it's 1 by 2 common to all, e to power 2x as it is, and then integration of sin 2x is what? It's a minus cos 2x by 2. Then we get the solution of this first term. Now look what we get here. It's a 2 into e to power 2x, and then we get integration of this minus cos 2x by 2, then whole dx. Then we are just going to solve these terms. It's after completing what we have, it's a minus e to power 2x cos 2x by 4, this 2 to the 4. Then here look, this 2 and 2 is cancelled to each other, then this is 1 by 2 here, minus 1 by 2. We have integration of e to power 2x, 1 by 2, this minus and minus, we have plus, take plus here, minus of what we have, plus 1 by 2 e to power 2x cos 2x dx. This 2 and 2 cancel to each other. Now look, we have applied one times integration by parts there, but again we have to find the value of integration of 2x into cos 2x there. Then again we have to apply here, again applying integration by parts, in which again taking as this is our first function and cos 2x our second function. Now look, write down this minus e to power 2x cos 2x by 4. Look, first of all, look, the whole values is equal to I there. We have in I, we have a left I in our left hand side. Now our I is equal to minus e to power 2x into cos 2x by 4 plus now it's a 1 by 2. We are going to applying again integration by parts here. Now look what we have, e to power 2x into integration of cos 2x dx minus integration of minus ddx of e to power 2x into integration of cos 2x dx and whole dx there. Now we are going to write down this minus e to power 2x cos 2x by 4. Now look, plus 1 by 2. It's a what? Again the integration of cos 2x is what? We get our sine, then we get sine is what? Minus, then now the cos is what? It's our sine format there. Then what do we have? We have sine 2x by 2 there. Now e to power 2x, and then we get here sine 2x by 2. Now look, what we have here? Integration sine ddx of e to power 2x is what? It's a 2 into e to power 2x, and integration of cos 2x is what? It's a sine 2x by 2. Now look, now we have it's a minus e to power 2x into cos 2x by 4, and here we have 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 e to power 2x into sine 2x. Then look, now again what we have here, we have this 1 by 2. We are going to consider this 1 by 2 here. Now then we have to take this values there. Now this 2 and 2 cancel to each other. Then we have 1 by 2 here. This is our 1 by 2. Then we have 1 by 2, and this 2 and 2 cancel out. Then we have e to power 2x into sine 2x dx. Now look, come here. Look, the value of 1 by 2 e to power sine 2x dx is what? We have taken I there. It's equal to I. Look, we are applying integration by parts one time, then after again applying here, then again applying, we get our again the same result, the same problem what we have to solve here. We have to solve 1 by 2 e to power 2x sine 2x dx. Then again we get here 1 by 2 e to power 2x sine, and this whole value is equal to our this I. Then we are going to take this. Now what is problem? Our problem is what? I is equal to minus e to power 2x into cos 2x by 4 plus e to power 2x sine 2x by 4, and this is our minus I. We are going to shift to our left hand side. Then we have I plus I. It's a 2I equal to, we have take e to power 2x by 4 common there. E to power 2x by 4 take out common. Then we have sine 2x minus cos 2x. Then take plus c. We forget about plus c there. Mention plus c there. Now we get the value of I. We are going to divide by 2 there. Then e to power 2x by 8 sine 2x minus cos 2x plus c, because dividing by constant we get again constant there. This is our required value. What we, the integration of this is given by e to power 2x by 8 sin 2x minus cos 2x by plus c. Look again this is the important problem. I'm telling you that we have to be take integration of e to power 2x sin x into cos x in such types of problem. When we have a problem like integration of e to power ax sin x or e to power ax cos x dx, in such types of problem we have not going to follow the rules islet there. We have just to be take our trigonometric function as a second function, exponential as a first. We cannot take exponential as a second function, because then we are going to be infinite times to using our integration by parts there. Then you start with integration I, then using integration by parts one time, then after that using integration by second time, then you get the, after using second times integration by parts, you after solution you get the again the whole problem, then change the problem with I, and using the basic concept I plus I 2I, we get our required result there. Now look, we are moved to another problem. Now look, we have integration of e to power x 1x minus 1 by x square dx. Before I'm going to using our integration by parts method there, just I'm going to be use one of the technique there. We are just going to use one of the technique there. If we have a problem like just what is our technique there? Look, when we have integration of e to power x fx plus f dash x dx, we have problem like we have to be evaluate each exponent into in bracket fx plus f dash x dx, and its value is given by e to power x fx plus c. This is our technique to solve these types of exponent problem. Look, if we take fx equal to 1 by x in the given problem, then our f dash x is what? It's a minus 1 by x square. Look, our this problem is converted to the technique e to power x fx plus f dash x dx. Then by using this concept, our integration of e to power x 1 by x minus 1 by x square dx, the value of e to power x 1 by x minus 1 by x square, by using this technique, the value of this integral is what? E to power x 1 by x plus c. This is our required answer to solve any such types of problem. We have exponent problem. When we have to going to solve this types of exponent problem, we can use this our basic concept there. Look, this is our basic concept. When we are going to solve, we can also apply here our integration by parts formula there. You can also get these values there by using our integration by parts concept. But I'm telling that whenever you have a problem like exponent problem e to power x 1 by x minus 1 by x square there, then just all of you are try to solve using this. But you can also, if you forget this technique there, then you also can apply by this is our first. Now we are going to second method. Just suppose we have to take I is equal to e to power x, so 1 by x minus 1 by x square dx. This is our alternative method there. We can also apply by integration by parts. Look what I do. I this integration of e to power x 1 by x dx and minus integration of e to power x 1 by x square dx. Just do. Now look here. We are not going to integrate this one. We are just going to integrate this one by integration by parts. Now look, its exponent, this is 1 by x. Then what we do? We are going to take our this is first function and this is our second function. This is our first and this is our we are going to use our exponent there. Then look, take 1 by x as a first function and exponent as a second function. I'm just we are using our integration by parts there. Now look, 1 by x integration of e to power x dx minus integration of ddx of 1 by x into integration of e to power x dx. We are not going to apply integration by parts in our second term. Just write down its e to power x 1 by x square dx. We are not going to change it. Now look what we have here. We have 1 by x integration of e to power x is e to power x. Here what we get, radius of 1 by x is a minus 1 by x square, and integration is what? E to power x dx and minus e to power x 1 by x square dx. Now look, this is 1 by x e to power x, 1 by x e to power x. Now this minus minus plus, integration of e to power x by x square dx minus e to power x by x square dx. These integrals are equal there, plus and minus cancel out, then we get the values 1 by x e to power x plus c. Now look, we can get the values of there. Then you can apply our technique, or you can apply by integration by parts. I am explaining you both method there. Then